sexiest, most delicious, long meat, elephant trunk dingling possessing man you know to play Nightwing.
And not even just sexy, like pretty. Like men questioning their sexuality type of pretty, you know what I mean?
Nobody is hot enough to play Nightwing. All of your fan casts suck.
All the qualifications you really need. Ripped, 6-foot god of a man with flowing locks and a chiseled jawline.
Yo, what's going on, guys? So today we're talking about this big issue that is going on in the comic book community right now. So comic book related media, as you all know, has blown up and become extremely mainstream. I mean, it's one of the most mainstream things in this generation. And what comes with that is going to be a lot of nonsense. So with comic book movies in specific, there was a time where people didn't really care about like who was cast for a character or a superhero. People were judging the actors based on their actual performance once the movie had been released. But these days, people start crying before an actor has even been cast. You heard that correctly. People are literally complaining on TikTok before the actor for a film or a role has even been cast. In this video, we're of course talking about the issue with the Nightwing casting, but it's not just Nightwing. The same thing happened to David Cornswear. Kind of like when Henry Cavill revealed that he wasn't going to be Superman in the DCU anymore, people just completely wrote off the character entirely. They wrote off any other future possible casting entirely because they just wanted Henry Cavill. But I feel like with the Nightwing, it's way worse because many people are now saying that nobody is hot enough to play Nightwing. I'm like, bro, we can't be for real right now. They don't even want the character to be casted. Now, sure, Nightwing is drawn to be attractive, but his sexualization has just gotten completely out of hand. It went from jokes about him having nice butt cheeks, but now people just want him to have zero flaws and be physically perfect. And as I said, Dan Warren draws a very attractive Nightwing, but he also draws a lot of characters to be like that. I'm glad we all agree there is just no one hot enough to play Nightwing. No one is hot enough to play Nightwing. Shelf it. Like, what do you mean shelf it? This is complete lunacy. These guys don't even want the movie. They want the movie to be cancelled. Just because they can't find a guy who meets their personal beauty standards for Nightwing. Now look, James Gunn could easily find an attractive guy to play him, right? But the problem is that the actor they find is never gonna meet these people's beauty standards. Need Nightwing to be the hottest and sexiest casting ever in DCU. The actor needs to be fucking delicious. It seems that fan impressions of Nightwing is just him being hot and the fact that he used to be Robin. And the issue is, I guess, is that in universe, Dick Grayson isn't even designed to be this majestically sexy character like Storm or Angel or even Bruce Wayne, for instance. And sure, it's Hollywood. We need hot actors to play these characters, right? But would you rather have Nightwing being extremely hot and like a shit actor, or he's a good actor, resembles him to some capacity and can capture his charm and his opposite personality to Batman, which is what distinguishes him truly. Now, there's also a lot of people who are saying that he must be non-white or tan because he's of Romani descent in the comics. And the truth about this is that since the birth of the character, he passed as white. His parents were from England, and 60 years later, in 2001, he was given Romani descent in a one-off. And Deborah did this to make him quote-unquote more exotic. They decided that because he's from a circus, he should be Romani. And this run was pretty much overlooked anyway because there's some stuff like Nightwing being essayed and the writer not even acknowledging the fact that it was essayed till 10 years later. Then we have the Court of Owls storyline, which completely undermines what was previously stated. Dick's ancestry is tied to Gotham's founding families who were of white heritage. Now, in the current canon, Dick does indeed have Romani ancestry. For example, in Tom Taylor's run, a woman sees Nightwing and she's like, that beautiful Romani smile. And I'm not against this decision at all. It's nice that he has Romani ancestry. But it's not a core aspect of the character at all. He doesn't really associate with the culture or anything. The problem is, people saying Dick must be Romani or he's whitewashed is just a complete and utter joke, especially when he's been depicted as white for most of his media adaptations. Now, if they do find someone who's Romani, cool, but watch people complain, oh, he's not 6 foot, which Nightwing isn't 6 foot to begin with, he's canonically 5'10". Or, he's not hot enough. His butt cheeks aren't large enough. Which people are going to be looking out for, right? This is just what the fandom has become. But you already know that whoever is casted as Nightwing would be absolutely destroyed by the fanbase. They would be torn to pieces before we would even get to see the betrayal.